Hi everybody, my name is Hannah Whitworth and thank you so much for watching. So for today's video, you can see I already have my eyes done and I'm just going to do a face look for you guys. I'm going to do this once and then I'm going to tag it below all of my videos because I'm going to start just doing my eyes on camera and just having this down below. So you can click on it if you want to see me do my face. I'm starting off with my Tatcha the Silk Canvas primer. Another primer that's a lot more affordable that I do enjoy is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Matte Face Primer. I'm just going to put this all over my face, but I'm really focusing it on my nose, my forehead, and right under my eyes. Now that I'm all primed, I'm going to go ahead and start with my Neautrogena Healthy Skin foundation in the shade Buff. Put some on my hand. I'm going to take my Real Techniques beauty sponge, and then I'm going to go ahead and start blending this in. If you don't want to use a sponge while you're putting on your foundation, I do have some brush options that I enjoy. The first one is a BH Cosmetics number 2 brush. It is flat and it's very soft yet very dense at the same time, and it's great for blending in your foundation. And the other one I would recommend is the Morphe Y6, which is basically the same thing, just a little bit more dense. Unfortunately, I don't think they make the Y6. I believe they call it the M6. I will check and I will put it somewhere on the screen if I'm wrong. So it's the same thing, it just doesn't have a gold handle. Now that our base is laid down and it's looking even, I'm going to go ahead and use my Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade 5. And I'm going to put this up on the side of my nose, under my eyes, just a little bit on my chin, the tip of my nose, my forehead, and then I'm going to put some right at the bottom, right near my jaw, the hollows of my face where I'm going to be contouring later on. And then I'm going to use a small beauty sponge to pat it into my skin. So basically you want to put this on all of the high points of your face. Now that we have our concealer on the high points of our face, I'm going to take my Coty Airspun translucent powder, just put some in the cap, and I'm taking this sponge that has two flat edges on it. I don't remember where I got it, I apologize. And I'm just going to go ahead and take this, and I'm going to put this right under here, right on my chin, where I put my concealer. For setting under my eyes, I'm going to use my Anastasia contour kit in the shade light to medium. I'm using that same sponge, just the other side, and I'm taking this banana powder shade. I'm picking it up and then I'm just patting this under my eyes. Now that I am baking my face a little bit, I'm going to start bronzing up my face. I'm going to take my Morphe R14 brush and I'm going to go into this shade right here in my Anastasia contour kit. And I'm going to start basically right where the top of my ear is, angled down towards my mouth. And I'm going to go in circular motions. And it's okay if it kind of kicks up some of the powder that we just put down. I also like to put the powder down because it gives me a template to work with, because you want to keep the bronzer between this line and this line, if that makes sense. I'm also going to bring the bronzer up into my temple and up my forehead into my hairline. Now that I have bronzed up my face, I am going to take this fluffy powder brush from the Morphe Complexion Crew brush set, and I'm going into my Ulta Double Duty Powder Foundation in the shade Fair, and I'm going to pick just a little bit up, and then I'm going to dust away these lines under my eyes and on my chin using this brush. That I dusted off my bake, if I notice that my bronzer's kind of gone away just a little bit, I will pick a little bit more up and just go back into where some of it seems to have faded. You really want to make sure to follow the shape of your face. I mean, unless you're going for a look a little bit more dramatic than what I'm doing. I don't always do nose contour, but I will for this video. I'm going to take this fluffy crease brush from the Morphe Y6 brush set, and I'm going to go into this middle bronzing shade right here, just because it's a little bit more neutral. And I'm going to take just a little bit, and then I'm going to just start to reshape my nose, starting on the side and making sure I bring it up to the brow and down to the tip, just to give it almost new shadows, new shape. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, down to the tip and then up to my brow. And I'm going to put just a little bit on the very tip underneath of my nose. Just to reshape the nose, give it a nice little skinny effect. Next, I'm going to go into my blush. I'm using the Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in the shade Party. I'm not gonna fall for that one. Editing, Hannah. Okay, and I'm taking this Morphe Angled Blush brush from the Complexion Crew brush set, and I'm just picking some up, and I'm going to put it right on the apples of my cheeks, and I'm going to bring it up, and I want to make sure that it is touching my bronzer, because I just want it to come together and look a smidge more natural, I suppose. I'm going to put just a little bit on my nose and right up here and down my nose to bring a little bit of color back to the center of my face. I'm going to use my ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in the shade Wisp. I'm going to go in with my BH Cosmetics number 4 highlighting brush. I'm just going to pick some up and place this right above my blush on my cheekbones, and I like to bring it a little bit in front so you can also see it when I'm looking head on. And I'm going to put a little bit above my brow. I'm going to bring some of this down the bridge of my nose, on the tip of my nose, and on my cupid's bow. I apologize for changing the lighting every few minutes. It's just I got a new light. So I'm going to go into my Smashbox Spotlight palette in Pearl. I'm going to go into this middle shade right here called Crank It Up Pearl. I'm going to take the same brush I just used, and I'm going to just go right over that. This is the face all complete, and to lock it in place, I'm going to use my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Natural Finish Setting Spray. Move on to my lips to finish this off. So I'm going to line my lips with my Wet n Wild Gel Lip Liner in the shade Bare to Comment. I like this just because it is a very nude shade, so it goes with basically every lip color I own. And I'm just going to line my natural lip shape on the top of the lip. But on my bottom lip, I am going to overline just a little bit. So when I go from my corner and down, I'm going to line right under. I'm going to use my Smashbox lipstick in the shade Spoiler Alert. I look like a zombie with purple on my lips. I'm going to use my Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit in the shade Pink Really Hard. This is a matte pink shade, and I'm going to do an ombre on my lips. I'm going to take that pink shade and I'm going to take just a little bit of it, and I'm going to pat it on the inside center of my lips. Like this, and then I'm going to spread out the color. I'm going to tell you some cheaper versions of the stuff that I used today. So a bronzer that I really enjoy is the Ulta Beauty Matte Bronzer. It's very nice. The only reason I didn't use this today is because it's too dark for me. It's my summer shade, but it blends so beautifully. It looks very natural. I mean, it does say natural looking finish on it. So instead of that blush that I have from Tarte, I have this palette from BH Cosmetics. Not only does it have eyeshadows, it also has blushes. And my favorite blush is this one right here. Can you even see that? This one. Also for my lipsticks, the biggest difference is the one that I used was matte, and there is one from Wet n Wild called Secret Muse. It is not a matte lipstick, but it is almost identical colors. This one's just a little bit more pink, and it's more affordable than a Smashbox lipstick. Cheaper version of this lightest color is the Ulta Beauty Illuminator in the shade Yellow Diamond. I had to turn down the light so you could see the product a little bit better. It's middle shade here. I have the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in the shade Blossom Glow. This is a little bit brighter than the middle shade, but it's very close. Especially they're what, like $6 for this last highlighting color. I have the almost the same exact thing as this one, just a different shade, called Precious Petals. I will be tagging this video below every other video I do because I decided to focus on my eyes in all of my videos and kind of skip the part of where I'm doing my face makeup because it does take up so much time in my videos. So this video will be linked below all my other videos so you can see how I do my face makeup if you really wanted to, and you don't have to be bored out of your mind in my other videos watching me do my face makeup if you only want to see the eye look. So this is the completed look. Alright, you guys, let me know what you think about this completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope some of my cheaper products were useful for you, and thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.